I'm maxed out on
I mean,
my
what's
microphone.
the meter going up to when people are talking?
Oh, that's different audio. My mic audio goes to the yellow and red, and it depends on who's talking, because Jim, when he whispers like that, he doesn't hit the yellow.
Oh, okay.
I think he does that on purpose.
I wasn't really talking for you. I was kind of talking for me.
Yeah,
I don't believe this guy.
Yeah, now he hits the yellow. I'll turn him up a little bit.
Yeah, because I was listening to your stream and it was kind of quiet compared to
It's because he's not talking as loud as he was.
All right, well, everything's working. I can hear everybody. I could hear everybody over there. I heard Judd and you and Brad.
Yay! So, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Starport Omega podcast night.
Woo-hoo.
And we'll go around and introduce ourselves. That's Little Miss Chris guarding the door for whatever fucking reason she decided to do that tonight. You know me, of course. I'm Intel Bunny. I'm basically the host because I'm the one that can interrupt people and get it back on topic.
She's the one holding the whip. Hearing cracking sound with the rest of us getting in line.
The one with the grumpy shirt on is going to introduce himself next.
Go ahead, Judd.
That would be you.
Come on. The old man Rivers looking mofo.
Yeah, that's me. I'm Jim. I'll make fun of you if you stay long enough.
I think we all make fun of each other.
True.
That's half the fun. Pun intended.
That's weird.
Hey, I found platinum.
And Judd just broke something. Judd's right there below me.
I'm like, all right, well, I'll turn my N60 hue on, and oh no, it's white. I'll just go to blue. That's kind of a weird blue. It's awful purple. Oh, that blue. Okay, there we go.
And right over here, if I point a little bit better, that's Tom TARDIS. He's awesome. He's got his little larvae in the background playing a video game.
Hey, larval stage human, say hi.
If she put up a middle finger, I would have laughed even harder. It's like,
no, my larval stage human is polite and would not do that.
Crunchy
salamander. Crunchy salamander.
Hold on. Gilded Z, which one of the guys reminds you of George Lucas?
Oh, God.
Oh, that would be Jimbo there.
The one in plaid. Tom!
Me? I look like the guy that ruined Star Wars? Thanks a lot, buddy. I feel a little bit insulted now.
George Lucas he started Star Wars. He didn't ruin it.
He also ruined it.
I don't know about...
He made that fan fiction
trilogy,
that prequel fan fiction movies back in like
he did not ruin. No, he did not ruin Star Wars. They hired a whole new team to do that.
No, it was JJ that did it. Yeah,
the mouse did it. It was that goddamn mouse.
How did Intel Bunny? How did Intel Bunny get her entire streaming career going down the toilet? Tom insulted Star Wars.
I did not insult Star Wars. I insulted George Lucas.
Kathleen Kennedy ruined Star Wars. Kathleen Kennedy ruined Star Wars, according to Gilded Z.
Okay, I will give you that one. If anybody ruined Star Wars, it was the people. You know, I don't even know if it was Kennedy. I think it was Abrams. Just like he ruined Star Trek.
No, Kennedy tried to keep things. She even admitted the amount of stuff she turned down, and this was like the top of the shiny turd pile. It's like I can only imagine what she had to deal with.
I actually, as much as I want to crap all over J.J. Abrams, I rewatched on Labor Day, I rewatched Star Trek 2009. To be fair, only because I wanted to watch the Kelvin sequence at the beginning, and I wanted to do it really loudly so that the larval stage human over there would actually get out of bed. So I turned it up as loud as I could in here without hurting my ears. And I got through the Kelvin sequence at the beginning, and Jim's being boring, and I was crying. I was literally crying. Watching this movie after losing my dad is a completely different experience that first 20 minutes than it was before, 10 years ago. Having said that, I watched through the entire movie, and now that I've gotten over my original series fan butthurt over things being different, 11 years later, it's a good movie.
Good for you.
It's not.
Let's just not talk about the rest of them.
It's not your father's Star Trek, but as a standalone science fiction film, it's actually pretty good.
Dude, I liked it.
Up until Kirk meets Scotty, and that's when a lot of things go downhill. And as much as I like Simon Pegg, I think that was the point where the movie started to go off the rails.
You know, I think Simon Pegg was all right. It was the cute little alien that had to go.
Yeah, it was not okay. It was not Simon Pegg. Simon Pegg was fine. I really liked his portrayal. It was just all of the weird stuff that started happening. Like, I said the same thing about Into Darkness. It was all like him going through the tubes and Jim running around the ship, and it was like all the stuff that was made specifically so they could put it in a video game. Well, but anyways, we totally off the subject now. Sorry about that.
But yeah, I mean, every time I see that little alien, isn't the first thought in your head the same thought I have? Doesn't he need an ashtray on top of his head? Every time I see that little alien, I think he needs an ashtray on top of his head.
By the way, his name is
There's a Deadpool line that comes to mind, and I can't say it because it'll
Can
get
one of my
Wait,
moderators...
hold on, Gilded. By two, which two do you mean? You mean Star Trek 2 or Star Wars 2?
And you approve that post.
You want me to approve that?
Yes, please.
Okay. There we go.
Give me a second here. I got to move some stuff around.
I love how the fact that is now a term that is allowed in my chat that I never thought would be in my chat, but the auto mod caught it, and it's like, okay, Twitch.
Well, I will say this: if he told you to do that, that'd be a much different experience than if he's talking about George Lucas's fan fiction. Attack of the Clones. Okay, yeah. My only problem with Attack of the Clones is Hayden Christensen. I thought it was a good movie other than Hayden Christensen. I wish they had chosen anybody in the world else.
Okay, hold on.
You guys judge him way too harshly.
Okay, hold on, real quick. We're going to go to, instead of just saying the spectrum that is Star Wars or Star Trek or any of those, let's go with your most hated actor or actress.
Oh, God.
You only get one. You only get one.
Oh, God.
Someone's got to be the top. And anyone watching can participate. Please, in the comment section.
He's a director, but he always has a role in his movies.
Just one. You only get one. And you have to defend why. You have to say why. You can't just say, I dislike this person because they're a person. You have to give at least one reason. It doesn't have to be a good reason. It can be a shallow reason. I don't care. But give out one person that you dislike as an actor.
I wonder if anybody will actually say the one I'm thinking of.
I'll tell you what frustrates the crowd out of me is every actor that I dislike because of one film, I can point to two other films that I like them in. Like, I would have said Chris Pine because of Star Trek, but I thought he was great in Wonder Woman.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, Gilded Z said, can I say Beyonce? Yes, Gilded, if you don't like her as an actress, you can totally say Beyonce. So I'll let that go. You can totally say she's not a good actress. I am fly with that. Go ahead, Tom.
I'm having a hard time thinking of the actor that I wanted to put out there. You have to come back to me on that one.
Okay.
There are a lot of people that I hate in a particular role, but that I like in others.
Okay, so
it's hard to pick.
I'm gonna go last because I've got deep disgust for an actor. So, Brad.
Really?
Okay.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a director, but he always puts himself in every single one of the movies in some weird minor role. I'm totally taking advantage of a loophole because I hate this guy.
Are you going to say Kevin Smith?
No, I actually like Kevin Smith a lot. He's actually a pretty cool guy in person.
But he does appear in everything he directs.
Hi, baby.
No, not everything. Only in the View Askew universe.
No, you can't rub up against the mic. The mic
everything
is not
that I have
petting
seen
you.
him direct, he has had some sort of a cameo in.
Lost respect for Will Smith's agent. You just unplugged my headset.
See, I don't even know who that is.
He's a German director, and he buys the rights to video games and then makes horrible movies. Blood Rain, the movie was him. Postal, the movie was him.
Oh. Yeah, okay, I can... Okay. real quick, Gilded Z pointed out Will Smith, and he said rejecting Independence Day, and then he said yes to Suicide Squad, which was the turd of that year. And
Well, he also turned down Neo
that's true. That is true.
and went and made Wild Wild West,
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
they let him sing in one of those.
which is
The thing
I
is,
find absolutely hilarious. 'Cause
I like
that
Will
movie
Smith in some of his
good.
earlier stuff because he's a decent actor.
Oh, come on. He's had some great movies.
He does.
If you don't like the scene in Independence Day where he punches the alien and goes, "Welcome to Earth," then you're just not trying.
Yeah. Okay,
or when he starts complaining about the smell, that was not in the script. That was him complaining about the salt flats. And he just started kicking the model because why the hell not? It was like, yeah,
oh, really?
no,
The salt flats are stinky?
Well, yeah. Once you kick up the once you kick the top layer off and you hit the brine on the bottom layer.
Oh, I can imagine that would
wet.
stink like the ocean, but like wet
Oh,
dog.
Yeah.
Real
Salt
quick.
flats in 108 degrees.
Real quick. So one of my favorite movies that Will Smith was in, and he was like the centerpiece of it, was The Pursuit of Happiness.
Oh yeah.
You know, I have not seen that one.
When he
Okay,
wants
if we're
to
gonna
be
play, if
serious
we're gonna
about a role, he that was a fantastic piece of drama. Like he knocked
okay,
it out of the park.
if we're gonna play that game, I will give you one of his worst movies, and that was Hancock.
Oh,
Never seen it.
Hancock would have been better if they didn't make it a love film.
Uh,
The way they advertised everything marketing about it. I'm sorry, but hero being an asshole? Come on. He's the anti-hero. When someone calls him an asshole, he knocks him into outer space.
okay. So
yes, please.
I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna get back to going around. Jim, your most hated actor.
my most hated
Actor, actress.
I feel kind of bad saying it, but the truth of it is, it's Denise Crosby.
Denise Crosby. Oh yeah, she's only been in like 2 things though. I mean,
she's Little Miss Tasha Yar.
She was Tasha Yar, and she quit Star Trek to start a movie career, which lasted for exactly 1 movie.
And how well did that work out?
Well, I mean, she was in there with the Time Tracks guy.
I hate to give her shit because she got better, and when she left the show and then came back a few years later, she was even better. But in the first season, they kept putting her in these scenes where it was her and Sir Patrick Stewart, and oh boy, did she look bad in every one of them.
Well, I mean, you could have replaced 90% of her screen time with just a dummy, back there. I mean, a mannequin could have done her job for most of the time she was on screen, and that's why she quit, actually.
Well, that's why most of the women had a hard time with that show, because they all said exactly the same thing.
She's had quite a few films.
Okay.
Who?
Denise Crosby. She was in Pet Sematary.
Yeah,
What's the dog
part? I don't know.
I remember watching Pet Sematary going, oh, wow, is this the movie she did before that got her into Star Trek? No, it's the movie that got her out of Star Trek.
Okay, so Judd, most hated.
There'll probably be a few people that don't like this. Woody Allen.
It depends on the movie. Some of his movies I love.
I have not seen a Woody Allen movie that I liked, so I'm going to...
I can't stand the way he talks, his voice, and most of his movies. I think there was only one that I actually liked, that I actually watched all the way through. The rest of them, no.
Mine seems really bad now.
She does have a fairly accomplished list of things she was in. Amazing.
I mean, honestly, Woody Allen as a writer, I absolutely loved. He's freaking hilarious, the stuff he writes. But
as an actor, no. Director,
Okay, so I'm ready for the shit that I'm gonna get for this. Okay.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
I absolutely fucking hate George Clooney. With a passion.
Even about every person that ever watched ER.
I don't know. He seemed to be pretty popular when that show was on.
Yeah, it's when he left that people started to hate it. Apparently, one of the favorite nurses in the show got kicked off because of him. At least that's what the rumor was. I have no way to back
to this day can't sit through a show, a movie, or hell, even a movie premiere commercial If he pops on it, I'm gone. I'm done. My day.
I'm in the
is
minority.
ruined.
I'm in the minority, but I liked him in the Batman movie. I thought he made a good Batman
Wow.
because of his length,
You are
because of
in
his
the minority.
jawline. I thought he made a terrible Bruce Wayne, though.
That's funny because it's the exact opposite for me. I actually thought he was great as Bruce Wayne, but complete crap as Batman.
I really can't point to anything he's done that I like, though.
Ocean's
Well,
Exactly.
I
You know,
think the first
it's
one.
like-
I think,
I'm thinking, and
Ocean's
it's like,
11?
what?
Oh, he's
What
so
has he done that I liked?
handsome. Ugh, stick it up your rump.
Oh,
I
there's
can't
a
remember the name of
German
the guy
word.
I cannot remember the name of the guy that played
Where is it?
Batman.
Oh God.
I am so sorry. Did she just contradict you?
Yes, which is really strange because she literally asked me to buy them for her. So I don't know.
I did
Okay.
like the Ocean's series. He was decent. I have not watched Ocean's 8, and I don't know that I want to.
I'm gonna
Well,
say
I
this
don't
out
think there
loud.
was anything he was in that he was bad in. I mean, I can't remember watching a movie other than Solaris.
Okay.
Where
I have
thought,
a viewer
wow,
comment.
he was awful.
I have a viewer comment. You ready
Uh-oh.
for this one?
Uh-oh.
Adam West makes a complete and total mockery of Batman.
But that was the whole point.
No,
That show
come
was,
on.
That was the
that show
point.
was
That
satire. It was
show
camp.
was pure camp. Give it up. It was good, and you know it.
Not to mention the fact that Adam West was absolutely hilarious in their role because it's like we're making it funny on purpose.
Exactly.
He
Yeah.
Like,
It
come
was-
on,
what-
little
it was
chum,
the
get me the bat
60s,
humor.
wasn't it?
Man, did
Yeah.
you guys see Adam
Yeah.
West? Did you see him on The Big Bang Theory? That was absolute
Oh,
fucking
God, yes.
gold. That was
Mayor Adam
gold.
West.
No, Big Bang Theory.
When
I know,
it was
but
like it was
he-
one of the last.
Finish your
he
thought,
was
Brad.
in there for
No,
Go
it's just
on.
he
Yeah, Family Guy.
realized how much of a kind of cult classic his character was. At the same time, he kind of went with it and had fun with it. It wasn't, I hate the role or I regret doing the role. He's like, yeah, it was an interesting role. It was a lot of
So-
fun at the time. And he went with it. And throughout his career, he'd always kind of have that like comical edge to every role he played after that.
Gilded Z's vote for best Batman is Kevin Conroy.
Who?
Well, absolutely. Well, let's be fair. Kevin Conroy has never done Batman in person. He's always done voice work for an animated version of Batman.
Oh, well, all right, then that's why.
all right.
The
I was
bot,
about
the
that.
bot
But-
just stopped the comment that Gilded Z was putting through.
I
I
give you that
actually-
one.
It doesn't stop on the word fuck, but man, that combination of words just pissed off the mod.
Why is it not showing me that?
Because I
Are you in
approved
mod
it.
view?
I don't know what.
Are you
I
in mod
will
view?
The
agree, though.
sword button.
I will agree that my favorite version of Batman is the animated series / Justice League Unlimited version of Batman. I will give you that one, Gilded. I completely agree.
Fair enough.
Didn't they just
Okay.
release a Blu-ray remaster of the original Batman the Animated Series? Not an upscale, but an actual proper remaster.
That's a good
Yeah.
question. If there is one out there, I might need to acquire it.
Yeah, I've got it.
I've
Here
got
somewhere.
Superman, I've got Justice League, and I've got Justice League Unlimited.
Because I saw Batman the movie as a kid, and I had no concept of what it was, and it didn't really do anything for me. But growing up, Batman the Animated Series, I freaking loved. Because that was the Batman that I remember growing up with. The Batman that was always serious and always,
That was
So-
the first moving version of. That was the first video or motion picture of Batman that wasn't camp. Even the Tim Burton movie was campy.
A little bit.
Okay, so
mean,
I'm going
yeah,
to go ahead and move our topic on.
Well, I didn't get to throw my hat in the ring on my hated actor.
Oh,
We're
I
still
thought you
talking
did.
about this, so you're just going to have to stand by. Go ahead, Tom.
And suddenly
There
I
we
can't
go.
remember his name again.
Oh,
Who's
he
Jim,
comes
the
with
guy that
little
played the
guys.
Flaming Skull superhero guy back in 2007?
Oh, you're thinking
Ghost Rider.
Cage. Johnny
Nick Cage.
Nicholas Cage.
Cage, there
I
you go.
cannot stand anything he's ever been in that I have ever seen.
Nope, I'm sorry, you're wrong. He was in.
And
one
I'm going to
movie.
give you one up. And here is the cherry on the cupcake in this one.
on the cupcake in this one.
He wanted to do a version of Superman where he played Superman.
You know what? You got to
No.
not rag on him about that because you don't know what was going on in that film. It would have been a good movie, and all the stuff you've seen were all pre-production plays. He was fine in them. Stop it. Stop. Stop.
I think we found the Nick Cage fanboy.
I am not a Nick Cage fanboy, but he gets too much shit for doing that.
I didn't even know he was involved in
They
anything
were doing
Superman.
pre-production
Tom.
stuff in a pre-production suit, and they filmed it on a fucking VHS cassette recorder. You can't give him shit for not looking good for the role. He had hair out the goddamn ear, for God's sake.
That's what
But
I
if you ever read the script for the movie that they were writing, and Kevin Smith did a lot of the writing for it, it was absolutely phenomenal.
That's
Can I
one
say
thing I'll give
something
you.
real quick?
A
Can I
really
say,
good
Can I
movie.
please? Can I please?
Are you interrupting again?
Yes.
Didn't I put you in your place once before?
No. So real quick, I just want to say this, Tom. That was what I was expecting. That explosion is what I was expecting with mine. But thank you for it being on yours.
See, now you see what's going on. They all provoke me, so I go off. That's what it is.
I didn't know if it was gonna be Jim or everyone.
I honestly, I didn't know that Nick Cage was involved in anything Superman. Ever since
Yeah,
he kind of
go-
fell
go-
out of
go
the
look
AAA
up-
status in Hollywood, I haven't
Well,
really
I
paid
mean,
much
he
attention to what
was.
he's been doing.
They did some work with a pre-production suit in a hotel room in Vegas. You know, where they literally taped it on him, and he did a couple of the roles. They were trying to see how the suit would look, and they were trying to do the lights to where they could make him do what they wanted to do. And the whole point, well, not the whole point, but part of the movie is that the costume, his suit, was actually alive. And he gets hurt in this big battle, and the suit kind of heals in and brings him back to life. So they were trying to figure out how to get the lights right in the suit, make it look like it's pumping fluids and all this stuff. It was a really hard thing that they had to do. They had to put the thing aside for years. And by the time they got back to where they thought maybe they could do it with CGI, nobody wanted to do it because everybody's made fun of it for a decade. And I give them all the finger because that would have been a good movie.
Hey,
And if you don't like Gone in 60 Seconds with Nick Cage, you haven't watched it close enough. Go try again.
The only thing I don't like about Gone in 60 Seconds with Nick Cage is the Haleki estate. The wife of all of, I think, a year before Mr. Haleki passed away. She's been put mildly a bitch about copyright.
What?
What?
If you try to build a car without build Eleanor without getting her approval, the shit hits the fan.
It's a goddamn. Well, it was a Mustang, wasn't it?
It's a GT500 Fastback 67.
Depends upon the version.
Well, that's the funny part because in the movie they called it a 69, but if you actually look at the body styling, it's a 67.
Well, you know what? They have
Only Mustang
Not in
or
60
Ford
seconds.
product in general, I have a huge thing for. I loved the way the 67 looked, especially when Shelby got done with it.
Okay, so I'm gonna see if we can agree on an actor I like. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
I grew up and absolutely just adored Robin Williams.
with good reason. He's good.
Yeah,
Great actor.
Freaking hilarious.
Okay, cool.
he's funny. He's talented.
I have the right group of friends. We're good.
And I mean, work from
Robin
work.
Williams
work.
has made me laugh harder than any other comedian
This is
alive. That
Doubtfire.
includes a lot in
Funny.
person.
Yeah.
Mark
And
and
the
Mindy
guy
did
is an
that
absolute
much
legend.
over.
He still holds the
I
record for
can't
number of comedic
hear
club wins.
Judd.
Sorry,
It's because everyone was talking at the same time. Go ahead.
Mork and Mindy's on my server.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, Mork and Mindy was one of my favorite shows ever, especially at the time.
Nanu.
No, Mark calling Orson. Mark calling Orson.
You're free to go home.
And the only thing I would have to say,
Fly, be
We
free.
broke Jim. We broke Jim.
That's one of the few scenes I remember out of Mork and Mindy. I thought I was gonna die when I saw it. I'm old enough. I watched that thing live on ABC, and I remember that one scene where he threw the egg up in the air and then he watches it hit the counter, and I thought I was going to die. I was laughing so hard I couldn't breathe, and the back of my head was hurting.
My
because I'd been
cat's
smiling
doing her
for
weird
too long.
thing.
I just thought I was gonna croak.
I vaguely remember, like, it was probably the last season of that. as
read
it came
again.
on.
Oh crap!
Said
What was it?
maybe
Someone
that-
Robin Williams. Robin Williams also
There she is.
kind
She's
of
on her head.
solidified the idea that the most horrifying people you'll ever see in a horror movie are comedians when they're being serious. Freaking
Yeah.
Snapshot. That was one of the creepiest movies I've ever seen. Like truly horrifying because not only was it somewhat realistic in its portrayal, but seeing someone that has made me laugh my ass off so many times throughout my life, playing this seriously twisted role is just like, okay, this is like reached meta level. What the fuck?
Yeah.
So Tom, can you see my cat in the background?
Let me see if
I
I can look
see
a little
a
closer here.
white and
Here.
Oh
I'll-
yeah, I did see
God.
him.
I'm gonna make it bigger, just in case she actually does it again. She's
Digital
doing her
zoom.
weird thing. Oh, she's just gonna lay there now.
Yeah.
Okay.
She realized attention's being paid to her.
Yeah. So what she was doing is she rolls around and she rolls over onto her head in a really weird angle, and it is cringy because it looks like she's gonna break her little neck because she's putting all her body. It's like it's so weird. She starts
Kitty
doing it again.
gymnastics.
I'll click on my monitor and get that.
Yeah, I can't quite see it.
Yeah, so. But yeah, no, she was just fucking rolling around on her head like a little psycho. I said
She's
psycho.
a psycho.
I said it. She looked at me.
Feed
Okay.
my.
So the topic of tonight is
Frankenstein.
actually going to be on Lower Decks. I've lost 4 episodes because we actually missed a podcast night.
Oh, I
Which
thought
is
we were going to do a little more favorite actors for each of us.
yeah, we're gonna do that, but I just wanted to make sure that everyone knows what we're going to be talking about tonight in case they haven't seen it and they don't want spoilers. That type of thing. You know, introducing one of the topics we were going to be talking about. Favorite actors, actresses, like everyone kind of, that's already out there, but Lower Decks, a lot of people have not seen yet. So, we will be talking about that later in the program. Okay,
Everybody.
so,
Spoiler alert.
We're gonna spoil it for you. Be alerted.
Not yet. A little bit later.
Nah,
Okay,
let's do it
so-
now.
so Judd, your favorite actor.
Well, I'm probably going to step on Brad here, but
Oh.
final. Yes, Captain Tight Pants himself.
Nathan Fillion.
Mm,
That's a good choice.
that is good.
A
Yeah,
name does
no,
not come to mind when you say that.
Now we can go all the way back, right? As far back as I want to go. Any
Yes.
actor or actress.
Yes,
Far back as I feel like going.
yes.
Captain Mal Reynolds on Firefly. He also was Castle in Castle. He's also now the lead actor on
The Rookie.
Rookie.
Lead
Okay.
actor, executive producer as well.
And The Rookie is my favorite cop show ever.
I have not
Even
watched
more than
either
Chips.
episodes.
Okay, so, Jim, please enlighten us on your favorite actor or actress.
I don't know. I really like movies. There's a lot of them. I like picking out one that's kind of hard.
Oh, I thought you were so ready.
I was gonna say Myrna Loy, but nobody knows who that is. And then I thought I'd say Mary Pickford, but I only like her because her life story was so tragic. So to go contemporary, to pick somebody that I think everybody would like, I'll stick with the Star Trek theme and say Patrick Stewart. And I have to admit that there's nothing he's been in that I haven't liked. Even
That's
Dune.
true.
Everything
Dune
he's been
actually
in, I
decent.
liked, and everything that he's acted in was not. Even if the movie was completely fantastical, like Dune, it was believable. His role in it, he plays it well.
Absolutely, yeah. He's really good at
I've seen him on
And-
stage when he did A Christmas Carol, and he was good in
I
that.
tabbed out. My bad. Sorry.
I could pick Laurence Olivier because, quite honestly, there is no better Shakespearean actor on the stage or film. And if you've ever watched Richard III, you know what I'm talking about because he played Richard III awesome.
Fair enough.
Is that enough?
So, final.
It tends to change depending on my mood. like where I am in like film history.
So we needed like an actor-actress mood ring for you. I thought that would be like my gem. I'm the chick jewelry.
I'm very weird when it comes to favorites because it's entirely dependent on like my current state. Like right now, I would love to say Nathan Fillion, but I haven't. I think I watched the first season of The Rookie. I laughed my ass off. I thought it's a great show, but it didn't really hit me the same as Castle did or
and that's
Firefly.
the thing though. Is it you like what he was in? Because I like everything he's been in, and he's competent. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's good at what he does. But is he really your favorite actor?
No, not favorite. Probably like all-time favorite. I would probably have to. Ah, crap! I can picture his face, and I can't bloody remember his name right now. Damn
Well,
it.
there are a few actors that I will say this about, and I really can't pull one out of my butt and say this is my favorite actor. But if you were to say this person's in a show or a movie, I will watch it specifically because of that person.
Yes,
Fillion is one of those. Patrick Stewart is one of those.
Maybe, but it would be one of the ones I haven't mentioned. If you tell me that Christopher Walken is in a movie, I'm going to go see it.
Yeah, I know, because you have love.
And I just don't care. I just don't. It's like, what's he playing? He's playing a psychotic Drano can. I'm there, baby.
No. Christopher Walken. There's a few actors that are like him, including John Wayne. Christopher Walken plays Christopher Walken.
Exactly. That's exactly what he does.
If you want to say an actor that it doesn't matter how bad or how good the movie is, I'll watch whatever he's in. John Malkovich, because he always plays weird roles. Or he plays a role that's really serious, and he brings some weird aspect to it that makes it even more interesting. Like he's absolutely hilarious. Oh yeah, I'm getting the pig. Still makes me laugh to this day.
See, my problem
he's
is
absolutely interesting because I developed a thing for watching anything he was in after I saw Being John Malkovich, and it just this weird cerebral movie that goes like hyper meta.
I need to watch that one.
However, okay, go ahead.
Okay, my actor that if someone mentions it, I'll watch the movie that they're in. Michael Caine.
Yeah,
he's good.
Yeah,
he's good too.
He's great. Okay,
I liked him. I liked him in the Ipcress file. Did you see that?
No, but I should now. When I was
70s spy movie, really good.
Oh, okay. Your camera like moved up, so now we can see like from your nose.
You can only see the part of. You can only see this part of me.
Yep.
It's the best part of me, by the way.
Which explains why you have it covered in glasses and a hat.
Oh.
I spent like, I don't know, our monthly food budget to go see Secondhand Lions when it came out, and oh my goodness, that was a hell of a movie for me. I was little, but that was our food budget money, and my parents took me, and I was so happy they did.
Barney, Christopher Lloyd. You tell me Christopher Lloyd's in something, I will go watch it. I don't care what it is.
Nah, okay. Not so much for me.
Yeah, and for the people who don't know who Christopher Lloyd is, because
I cannot think of a thing.
Iconic roles, and most people will go, "Oh," and they say one of his major roles, not his actual name.
I cannot think of a movie that he's been in where I have not thoroughly enjoyed his performance.
Well, I mean, give you one.
Okay, go ahead.
Cook, give me Genesis.
Oh, come on.
I thought he was good even in that.
Okay.
I thought that was great.
Christopher Lee.
Oh.
Good.
You want to talk about someone who's just cinema level royalty? Christopher Lee.
I didn't really watch much of it. Other than Lord of the Rings, I really didn't know him that well.
Now,
come on, Dracula?
Yeah, all the Dracula movies he did for Hammer Films.
Oh, hell yeah. Hammer Films was, like, you want to talk about B-horror, that it was just absolutely fantastic to go binge watch? Go watch anything from Hammer Horror. But if you want to watch Dracula or any vampire stuff, it's actually, it seems chintzy and cheesy as hell, but it's actually really good. Go watch Christopher Lee's Dracula.
Well, they're fun. The Hammer Films are, but even I think it was, I don't know if it was a biography or an autobiography I was reading, but he said towards the end, after he'd done the Dracula role several times, they stopped giving him a script. He said we would all show up on the set. We'd have a weekend to shoot a movie. And he goes, we would all just make it up as we went along. You know, we might have an outline of basically this is where you start and this is where you end, and just go, baby.
That sounds
Right.
a lot like
Okay,
Bela
so
Lugosi's spots from.
There are some
Plan 9.
teams of actors that I love as couples. Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan did 3 movies together, and I thought they were brilliant, paired off against each other in 3 movies. Joe versus the Volcano, Sleepless in Seattle, and You've Got Mail. I loved all 3 of those
I have
movies.
3. I have 3 movies that I need to watch then because I've haven't seen any.
Yeah, Joe versus the Volcano was this weird little film that
Campy,
like nobody has
independent
seen,
comedy.
and I loved the heck out of it. And she played like 3 parts in that movie,
Yeah.
which was
Yeah.
part of the fun.
Okay.
And then
it's a cult classic for a reason.
and the
Has-
other pair is Adam Sandler and oh come on, I cannot remember her name all of a sudden. The little girl from E.T.
Oh, Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore. They're another pair
50
that
First
just is
Dates.
so great
Yeah.
together.
They have great chemistry.
Yeah, 50 First Dates. I think the blended was not quite so brilliant, but 50 First Dates is one of my favorite movies. And then God, suddenly I can't remember what the other one was they did. They've also done the Wedding Singer. The Wedding Singer
Yeah.
was
That was
dude. I
pretty good.
watched that about 100 times. Back when Jim and I had an apartment together, he'd be hearing, "Oh, Tom's watching The Wedding Singer again."
Well, yeah, Adam Sandler is one of those guys that figured out how to do comedic movies and do well at them, even if they weren't hugely successful.
Well, the thing is I loved movies like The Wedding Singer where it was fun and fairly clean, but then it's like with 50 First Dates, you had to have this like weird, gross stuff in it.
Yeah,
and
he seemed to. Yeah, once they started letting him do whatever it was he wanted to do, he got kind of dark. He got
And,
kind of weird.
And then what was it? The animated movie he did where like the reindeer are pooping everywhere. It's like, why do you need those little
Crazy Nights?
Why do you need those little gross moments in what otherwise is a brilliant comedy? I mean,
For
Excuse me.
him, he's got his own rule of thumb. Like Star Trek, always go with the even ones.
mhm.
For him, it's every 3rd or 4th movie is halfway decent. The problem is you don't know which 3rd or 4th movie it is.
Well,
Yeah.
you've got Uncut Gems, you've got Punch Drunk Love.
Yeah, I heard
Punch
him
Drunk
put
Love I
that-
liked. Punch Drunk Love, and that was the one that was just so off the wall that when we finished it, I remember we rented that, we finished the movie, we got all the way through it. I had to rewind the DVD and watch it again because it was just so.
Excuse me. you
What have
did
I just
what?
watched?
What
I
did
had
you
to rewind.
do again?
Don't you always rewind your DVDs before you return them?
Just checking.
I had to start it over and watch it again because it was just
I've
I
done that
finished
with-
watching
I've
this.
done
I'm
that
like,
with movies before,
what did I
yeah.
just watch?
Yeah, I've definitely done that with movies before. That or they're just so good. The first time I did that was The Abyss. I
Mm.
went. I saw it in the theater. I went and saw Abyss. I saw it in the theater because it was supposed to have these great special effects, and I was not disappointed. I walked out of the theater, up to the ticket box. Give me another ticket, please. Bought another ticket, got a large Coke, went back in, watched it again. Both times, I was the only person in the theater.
That was one of
Huh?
those movies where you're like, and that was one of those movies where you're like, what is this? Is this horror? Is this science fiction? And even at the end of the movie, you're like,
it was all awesome. Is all I knew.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
Okay, so I am a complete and total germaphobe, so I have a really hard time going to movie theaters.
You
And-
should go see the Andromeda Strain.
yes, absolutely. We need to have a night where we make her watch the Andromeda Strain and just watch her react to it.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah.
We
We
just
need
need
a
a
full-
reaction video
What
of the
we
Andromeda
really
Strain.
need, though, is we need like a full body cam, and it'd be like the part where you think the spiders are on you, see where she scratches first.
The way her eyes just shifted, she's like, no. I think we may.
What
need,
about
she
that,
may
like-
need to, we need to make this a bet.
It's like, oh my god, I think they're crawling in my hair.
So,
I'll just say
the
one thing
last-
about
The last spider bite I got required an EpiPen, so anything that
That's why
bites
I-
or stings, it's just like, yeah, no, I don't like them.
I remember reading the book and then seeing the movie on TV, and that movie was one like there was like no music.
Yeah, they did that on purpose to make it seem clinical.
Yeah.
That was.
I will say one thing about the Andromeda strain.
Yeah.
I didn't like the color green for a while afterwards.
Every once in a while I'll say the beginning of that film to somebody just when they tell me how great. Oh, we love film. I go, really? We have a fire. And see what their reaction is. Say, if you get that one, I know you're telling me the truth. If you really like science fiction, you'll know that scene. I'm sorry, Johnson, but we have a fire.
It's been forever since I've seen it.
Yeah, I mean, good Lord, I was in college the first time when that came out. Well, actually, not when it came out, when I saw it.
I know you guys are having fun on this topic, but we're 45 minutes in, so I think we should move on.
Oh, no. Whatever will we do? We only got a half hour left. What will we talk about? We're going to run out of internet, guys. Hurry up.
All right. One last actor. You can mull over it and go, yeah. Not that I look him out, but if he's in there, he raises the level of the movie, I think.
Tom's
Gary
blinking.
I got some dust in my eye.
No, like your camera.
Yeah,
we must be running out of internet.
Are you screwing with your connection right now on purpose?
Gary Oldman, the guy from The Fifth Element?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
He disappears into his roles.
Oh, let him go all the way in then.
Leon the Professional.
Tell me what he's been in that he's been good in.
Leon the Professional.
No. What else?
Seriously?
I didn't even like The Fifth Element. What else was he in?
He was in Leon the Professional. He was also in the 3 Batman movies, the trilogy.
Yeah, he played Commissioner Gordon.
I can't remember off the top of my head. Yeah. He disappears into his roles. You don't really know that's him.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll have to watch the 3 Batman movies.
I can't picture him as in those Batman movies as Commissioner Gordon, though.
Yeah,
he is.
He is. I remember seeing pictures of it. I've never actually seen them, so it doesn't matter much to me.
Which ones were they?
The one that Keith Ledger died in the middle.
Oh, he was in the Dark Knight series? Oh, well, yeah. I didn't really like those. I may be in the minority, but I didn't like those very much.
I mean, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy?
Bram Stoker's Dracula?
Oh, he was in that, wasn't he? Okay,
Yeah.
I take it back. There was one thing I liked him in. Okay.
The Scarlet Letter, Murder in the First. Oh, he was also Dr. Zachary Smith in Lost in Space. I forgot he was in that.
Yeah.
The movie wasn't all that great, but
Hitman's Bodyguard.
Was it the movie?
Oh.
Yeah,
he played the dictator in that.
I love that one.
Lost in Space was great right up until they actually got lost in space.
I
like the.
He was pretty good in Dawn and Planet of the Apes too.
So Jim, you're outspoken. Should I do our small announcement before or after we talk about Lowerdecks?
You're gonna make a little announcement?
Mm-hmm.
What's her name?
If I start dating women again, you have my permission to shoot me, okay? Because I'd
rather just watch.
You pretty much every other male of the human species, but that's
ladies and gentlemen. This is definitely PG-13, if not higher.
You just keep walking right into these. You really do.
I know.
It's red. Gets me going.
Anyways, continue.
You probably should announce your announcement before we completely lose track of.
Yeah, really. We've only got 27 minutes of internet to go, so you better hurry.
So, Starport Omega, basically everyone that you see in this podcast, plus a few friends of mine, will be on an Ark survival server.
Mm-hmm.
And we are going to be Great Gaming, and I will be streaming that. So that is something to be looking forward to.
So you're going to be the cameraman for my many and various deaths.
As everyone...
Just do not buy a copy on Humble, because I still haven't gotten my key after a week.
Still waiting for my key.
And that's
They
fine.
ran out of
I've
keys.
already paid for a year. We've got time.
How do you run out of keys?
You know what it is, Brad? Is the sale ended and they were charging $10 for it. Steam is charging $50. So even if you knock down the 30% wholesale cut, Steam's got to charge $35 for that game. Humble's not willing to pay $35 for keys for something the customers paid $10 for.
And I'm totally okay for waiting on it because like the beginning of winter is where they like to jab me with needles. So I'm on and off and on and off heart medicine, which is like today. So I'm on top of that, it's like I always get the calls of, hey, I can't game today. Why? I have the flu, or some stupid shit.
I'm kind of curious how that's gonna work when people should be staying at home as much as possible.
Oh, here? No, there's no such thing. No, we actually had a record-breaking high, and our governor went, we're no longer going to be reporting on this.
Oh, so instead of doing something about it, they're like, we're just not going to talk about it.
Yeah. So.
It'll just go away on its own when everybody's dead.
That's the argument for not testing. Well, I mean, if we don't test, the numbers are lower.
See there? Everybody's cured. They're all better.
Okay, everybody, do your southern accent in fuck. Can't say it now.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
Jed, your turn.
For what?
Southern accent.
Why would you want to hear that?
Jim?
Oh, I already did one.
You guys can't.
Again.
It doesn't count.
Move on about your business. Now I ain't got no time for you. Move on down the road and get it out of here. Shit. How's that?
Sounded like you're from Louisiana.
Well, you said south. You didn't say what part.
Okay, fair enough.
I kind of got a little Cajun in there.
Go on down out of here.
Yeah, why would anyone want to hear my crappy southern accent? Now get out of here.
Fine.
Colonel.
Oh, God, having spent entirely too much time in the South. Well, grits ain't nothing but ground up corn and butter.
Well, they ain't nothing but ground up.
I don't want you playing no foosball, Bobby Boucher. Foosball is the devil.
Oh, bless her little heart. She is cute as a peach, but dumber than all the tools in the shed.
Oh, God. What was that one line that set one of my friends off? Oh, now listen here, little missy.
Oh.
Yeah, someone got real pissy with her on the phone. That's how they responded. It's like, oh.
What I get a lot if I'm out with friends, like before, this shit hit the fan. Not naming it because we have someone that is live streaming this to YouTube, which has different rules. So
Human
not
malware.
naming it.
Really?
Yeah. So
Well, YouTube likes to demonetize.
the thing that older men like to approach me to say is, you'd probably get more dates if you didn't act so smart.
Seriously?
You know what you ought to say back is you'd probably get more if you stopped saying things like that to pretty girls.
You'd probably do better if you didn't act so dumb.
I live in the area where it's still practiced of, well, women should be seen, not heard. You're obviously not doing your wifely duties.
Well, then take a good look at this.
Define wifely duties, because that's a whole different ball game. Ugh,
Oh,
no, let's not open
me.
that can of let's not open that can of worms.
Yeah,
That's a rat hole we'll
right
all
now.
go down and not come out of.
Yeah.
A woman should be
Watch it.
So yeah, so that is the joys of living in the South. And this is
I
coming
can
from
hear
someone
the
that has
banjo.
lived here for quite a while. Half my life. More than half my life, actually. And I always take a trip up north every now and then because, I need it.
Very nice.
You need a semi-annual sanity check.
So the last trip we took up north, outside of moving my mother as far the fuck away from me as I could, was 2016. We went to Pittsburgh during the summer, during July, the hottest month in fucking Arkansas.
It's a great reason to get the hell out.
Yes. we got out of hell. So we went up north. And we walked around the city. It was like 73 degrees. One of the guys that was with us was bitching that he didn't bring any sweaters. There was like no humidity. It was beautiful. It was absolutely fucking splendid. And I know you guys are missing that cool, breezy air too. Because you guys are boiling
How
alive.
about just cool in general? Because having my backyard hit 119 degrees,
Awesome.
no.
Oh, hi, baby. You want to come up?
Like, dear God Almighty, no.
Did you turn off your camera, Jim?
Like, they said it was going to hit 115. It hit 119. They said the next day it was going to hit 117?
Kitty cat.
And I'm staring at my thermometer, and I think it may have actually stopped working at about 120.
Fun.
Because yeah. It's like, I'm sorry, we don't live in Death Valley. Why are we seeing 120 degrees?
Reasons?
Yeah, reasons.
Yeah. There's totally nothing going on with the environment.
No.
Like, seriously, we're getting floods in Northern California, and the Southern California's on fire. It's like,
Yeah.
welcome to California.
Half a
where the
million
weather
people
is
in
as
Oregon have been
crazy as we are.
evacuated because of fire.
I
Half
use
a
that
million
southern
people.
accent again. Yeah, the fire. Remember last night we were talking. It said the nearest fire was 80 miles away.
Yeah.
It's 30 now.
Whoa.
Dang.
Nearest fire to me is, I think, 10 or 15. I think
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Stay
Idiots
safe.
playing with explosives.
So I wonder if she's going to attack me for doing this. She attacked me earlier for doing this. No? We're totally cool with getting scratches? I took her collar off and she, like, mauled my hand for it.
Kitty don't want to have her bling taken off?
Oh, yeah. She...
No, she didn't want us to see her true form. That's the only thing. That's the only thing keeping her in cat form. So what was our next topic?
Lower
Something
decks or some announcement?
Let's see. Announcement was ARC.
Yeah.
Now we're lower decking it, right?
Lower decks.
I don't get to screw with you very often, buddy. Normally you're the one screwing with me. I gotta
I
get
don't
my
think
shot
we've
when I
ever
can.
screwed, so I don't know what you're referring to.
Okay, real quick.
I opened the door on that one and you slammed my freaking dick in it.
You guys have watched everyone except for the latest one for a couple of you. What's your favorite episode so far?
I know which one's mine, but I'm kind of curious if anybody else is going to say it.
I'm thinking the second one, the one with the Klingon.
I like the most
Klingon
recent
was
one.
good. Klingon was good. To me, still this day is buffer time.
It was
buffer time by far and away.
Kind of character building. And then there was a lot of violence in it, and I'm kind of on the dark side of shit, so yeah.
I will answer your question about ARC in just a second, Gildan.
Oh, sorry.
I won't let you go without knowing what that is. I gotta say I liked the buffer time episode. I think honestly my most enjoyable one so far was the one with the Genesis ship, where it started like transforming both of the starships and.
Oh yeah, that was pretty good too.
Yeah, that was the buffer time episode.
Was that buffer time?
Yeah,
I thought buffer time was. Yeah, I mean that's the one that felt like the most like a legit old school Star Trek episode to me. It's one that wasn't. They weren't making everything funny with dumb humor. Everything was fairly organic to the plot. And unlike Envoy #2, where he went #2 on his sword. I mean, I thought that was just way over the top. That whole sequence with the Klingon. Although I had to say I did like watching Boimler get nommed on by that spider. I thought that was hilarious.
They hit a high pitch. They had to push their limits to see what would work.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Like, how far could they?
The
Can
difference
I
is
just say
the first
something?
two. Go ahead.
Just real quick. Look at my cat, and look where my phone is.
He's waiting for a call.
I feel like the first two episodes were they were working too hard they were pushing too hard on the humor, and then after they got over that, they started to write plots where the the humor was integrated into the plot rather than being something that kind of pushed on top of it. And I think they do better with that. The Orville was the same way. The first episode of the Orville was just dumb. But then
The first season was pretty out there.
well, yeah, but once you got into like the fourth or fifth episode, the Orville really started to be legit science fiction.
Yes.
That episode with the world ship, I mean, come on, that was great sci-fi.
That was
Yeah,
good stuff.
Yeah, it was.
And
Like,
it
no,
was
Orville,
great
they had
Star
to
Trek style sci-fi. I mean,
they had to pull back the Family Guy kind of like comedy. And once they pulled that back and kind of reined in what they did, that show became really good.
yeah. Although I will say, if I have to watch another Mocklin episode, I will just turn it off. If we have another episode that's about Mocklin sexuality,
Yeah,
I will not. I got so tired of that after like the fifth one last season.
I was gonna say there wasn't anything wrong with doing the episodes, but it's like, can we talk about something else?
Yeah, it just turned into the Mockless hour after the second half of the season.
I mean, he was it's an interesting character. I'll go along with that, but
Well, the Mocklins are supposed to be their version of the Klingons, so.
Well, it's not just
Sorry.
their version of the Klingons. Yeah, they're obviously that, but it's also, because the Mocklins are a unisex species, it created a whole new way to talk about certain parts of society.
they're not even
And-
species.
Well, no, they're not, obviously. We know that now. But the point being that, like, I loved those episodes individually, but there were so many of them together that it just got to be really overload.
Yeah.
I would like to have seen those spread out over maybe one a season instead of half of the episodes of the second season being about Mockless.
Yeah, that probably.
Yeah, but there's one scene that made me absolutely love the Mocklins. It's like they can eat anything. I'm gonna go get a bag of nails. This is gonna be a new lunchtime.
Yeah. They're definitely
Just-
guys.
How giddy he was! It's like, I'm gonna get a bag of nails. This is gonna be great. It's like,
Yeah.
oh god, I'm joking
Sorry.
over here because I'm laughing too much.
So we got a quiet moment here, Gilded. Ark Survival Evolved is it's a game where you apparently get dropped on I've never played it, so this is just how I perceive it, having bought it and getting ready to play it. You're dropped on this alien planet, kind of like on Minecraft. You've got to find resources and materials to survive. You get to capture and train dinosaurs,
And
and you
dodos.
get to shoot things.
Yeah, it's basically Far Cry meets Minecraft
There you go.
with dinosaurs.
With
Like, let's-
dinosaurs.
Yeah, you get a dinosaur, you can put a freaking saddle on and ride around a dinosaur and attack things.
That just
Come
sounds like
on.
great fun.
Do you need
Yeah.
another reason to play the game?
The reason I had been hesitant to play the game in the past is because the game, you have to maintain your training and your buildings and stuff, I guess. So there's decay built into the game, and I think the server that Bunny put together should turn the decay off or way down so that we won't have that being
Yeah.
a problem.
Yeah, I turned that
And
off.
I don't want to have to play a game every day. It's like if I want to take a break if I want to take a break for a week, I don't want to come back to find everything's falling apart because I didn't log in every day to play it.
Yeah, when I spawned into the world, though, I did spawn on a raptor, which instantly was bad. Just SOL.
Yeah, no, that's one of the things about Ark is that you have to understand you will die. It's not a question of if, you will.
Just a matter of time.
Yeah, which is why I made the crack
So,
about Bunny basically being POV from My Mini Deaths.
yeah, so, predictions for Lowerdecks, since we covered base on what ARC is.
So there is a little-known podcast that is a Star Trek podcast that is done by two writers for a different television show. Matt Myra is one of them. Matt Myra's been all over the Nerdist and quite a few other podcasts. And there have been at least 2 call-outs now to Matt's podcast in Lower Decks. So I predict that at some point in the season you will be running down the hallway and you will see 2 guys sitting at it. And one of the conceits of the show is that they're podcasting from the USS Enterprise. But because the Enterprise doesn't have a production lounge or production office, they're basically sitting in the hallway outside of the Admiral's suite. So they're basically sitting in a hallway outside of 10 Forward. doing, with a folding table and a couple of microphones. So I predict you're going to be running down the halls of Cerritos at some point, and you're going to see this short, fat dude and this tall, skinny dude sitting at a table with a pair of microphones watching the whatever's going by.
Okay, fair enough. Judd, haven't heard from you in a hot minute.
Okay.
Predictions?
We only got 2 more episodes left, so I don't know. It seems to be getting a little bit better, but
Oh, they've only got 2 more. I thought they were gonna run all the way through till Discovery started.
I think it was 10 total episodes.
So we have 4 more episodes, which is just about right then.
Yeah, because they're going to start Discovery middle of October, isn't it?
Yes, October 15th. I'm excited.
Okay. Final.
Honestly, I don't really, with how off the wall the show is, I don't know how to make a prediction because each episode seemingly has pretty much no connection to the previous.
Kind of. There is a commonality that is building between our 2 main characters.
Well, both pairs of main characters, if you've noticed.
Yeah. I am predicting awkwardness. Like something super cringe is going to happen. Something that's going to make me question if, why the fuck I watched the series.
Like
I'm going to go with
Mariner
Romulan ale and a very interesting night that neither one wants to ever think about.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Something along those lines. They'll go
Yeah.
out for shore leave and find themselves in the same bed in the morning. And they'll be trying to retrace their steps from last night. Both
One's going to be freaking out and the other one's going to be like, probably not the first time.
Yeah. Like Mariner, this last one, she was probably the most feminine that I've seen her the entire episodes.
She was the most likable I have seen her in the entire series.
But she wasn't just, I'm going to one-up him. I'm going to do this. At one point, she's feeding him being better and one-upping her, kind of out of guilt or feeling bad for him. But the last episode that we watched, it was legitimately them working together and her actually paying him a fucking compliment. So I'm waiting for shit to hit the fan. I'm waiting to either hate the second to last episode or the last one. Something.
Now, what about the Andorian girl and the cyborg dude? I swear to God, I thought something was going to happen for a minute there. They are so
cutesy since the day they introduced them to each other, and she was like, he's willing to drop his job and switch positions just to spend the night with her.
Yeah, but I don't see it as any type of romantic involvement. It's more like they both kind of just click.
Well, no, I think there's romance because that last episode, he admits that.
Well, let's back up a second. In the pilot episode, he had a date. Was the pilot episode? He had that date that went so well right up until the end. It was the pilot, and at the end of it, he's like, the access on the door wasn't working. This is bugging me. And his date's like, so? And then when he told Tindy about it, she's like, yeah, right?
Really?
That right there tells you that they're peas in a pod.
Yeah, they have a connection. They're really cutesy. They are, they're that high school couple that you always think are, they're going to go off, get married, have kids. They're going to be together forever. And even when it's good.
I'm going to say this about romance on television. It's always fun watching the little bit of romantic tension, and it seems like it always ruins that when they couple people up. But what bugs me more is when they couple people up unnecessarily.
Yeah.
So I think that Star Trek Next Generation did Troy and Riker perfectly. They never made them overtly romantic, and the 1 or 2 times in the series where it looked like something was going to happen, it got sidetracked really quickly. There was a scene on Bajor where the 2 of them were gonna snog. I mean, they were standing right there. Will had his arms around her, romantic setting, and he was going in for the kiss, and Mama showed up. And then they got kidnapped by Ferengi. And
You're
you're getting hellos over there.
Hi,
so
Haba.
I
Hey,
was just going to say, I
just
really
do it
hope
for
this
me.
doesn't turn into this romantic thing with them. I
Judd.
hope it stays this little meet cute. Things happen, but they go back to being buddies through the series.
Hey,
Because
Judd,
the
will you
last thing
say
I want
hubba
to see
hubba?
is-
Hubba hubba.
I need to like record that in like a deep voice that's hubba hubba anytime Haba joins
Hubba
because
hubba.
Oh, hubba hubba.
hubba hubba.
Habakkuk.
Yeah.
Is that a real name, Habakkuk, or is that just a username because you like Habakkuk?
I know that
I have no
Haba
contact.
is at
Yeah,
work,
big
so
fan
he
of
may
Habakkuk.
not respond right away.
What is the matter?
Well, there's like a
with your
20-second
camera?
delay.
Huh?
What is the matter with your camera, Tom?
It's
I-
trying to autofocus. There's also
It's a username.
if I bump the table, it's
Also, the color's off. You look very gray.
Pale.
really, you think?
Pixelated.
You're
Okay,
very
let me,
washed
let me-
out right now, dude.
All pixelated. It looks like crap. Fix it.
Yeah, it looks like the 1990s webcam right here.
Yeah, the most expensive camera on the stream is looking like the cheapest.
Wow, that's really sad because my picture looks great on my end.
So you're
I'm
saying
just
it's your
saying, I
internet?
No, man, that's the mirror.
Stop your camera and restart it.
It's the mirror.
A confession penguin or something. My roommate went on a rant about how 2020 is going. Ends it with, "This is not the social war Captain Sisko and Dr. Bashir saw, and I don't like it."
I'm down with
Yeah,
that.
let's avoid that topic like the plague, because that's not something I
Yeah.
want to think about right now.
Yeah, because that created some awkward silence.
It's me. When do I not make things awkward?
Okay, so
Yeah, you
your
really want to
least-
shut a conversation down? Just send Brad in.
your least favorite episode so far of Lower Decks.
First two.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah,
First one.
easily the
Yeah, I
easily
gotta
the
go with
first
the
one,
first
too.
one.
Where the
It was-
monster picked up that guy and was like sucking him in and sucking him back out and all that. That made me very uncomfortable.
Really? You uncomfortable?
That was honestly, I thought, the funniest part of the episode. The part that
I'm watching that,
rolling
I'm
the
just like,
visual, the sight gag.
I don't care to watch
That
this
had me
anymore.
rolling my eyes, going, "Seriously, this is
So-
their level of humor."
The first two episodes, my favorite part in the first two is probably the banter between Mariner's mom and dad. Like, you take her.
Mm.
No, she's your problem
Oh
now.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
put her in the brig. She loves the brig. Hey,
I
yeah,
gotta
that's-
tell you though, she should not be on either one of their ships. I mean,
Oh yeah, yeah.
she should not be.
Damn it.
I mean, as more and more of her backstory comes out, it's just like she's basically Kirk, like gung ho cowboy, but in the age of Picard. And so everyone's just like scratching their head trying to figure out how the hell do we get her to like.
Oh my gosh,
Help.
you're right. You're absolutely right. Mariner is Kirk in Picard in the era of Picard, and this show takes place a year after Nemesis, by the way. So that gives you a perspective of where it is. But you're absolutely right, Brad.
She's a cowboy. Like, she's damn good at her job. She has very little tolerance for authority or rules when they get in the way of her doing her job. And she's damn good at when she focuses on
really
doing something,
good at
she's
what she
damn
does.
good at it.
Yeah.
And you look at the friends she's made in the series that as more the series progresses and we find out more and more. A Klingon battle lord is like a sworn blood brother. And as a Star Trek fan, you know how big of a deal that is. That is huge. In any version of Star Trek, that is a huge feat to pull off. And they act like it's nothing. I'm just like, this chick is a legitimate badass. But she doesn't.
Why is she still an ensign?
Yeah.
She keeps getting busted down. It's just like Kirk made it all the way to Admiral and then, well, pulled Kirk.
I feel
and
like she should
got
be.
kicked
I feel
down to
like she
captain.
should be Section 31.
I think she's too much of a wild card for that.
That's true.
The reason
yeah.
why Kirk got busted down from Admiral to Captain is because he was getting tired of the desk job. He wanted to go back out in space.
Yeah, he's the traditional Wild West, cowboy lawman. That's what he was. He wants to go out and see. He wants to experience. He wants to know. But at the same time, he's not afraid to make the tough decisions. Which, in Picard's era, the tough decisions were more diplomacy and negotiation than they were screw it, fire.
Well, yeah, that's another one to mention is the guys the Star Trek podcast was talking about this just the last one I was listening to. The Enterprise D has fired the fewest photon torpedoes out of any Star Trek series.
Someone actually sat down and did the math for that?
Of course they did.
They say
Voyager-
otakus are bad, but apparently no one in Japan's ever put a otaku versus a hardcore Star Trek fan.
Voyager has shot something like 120 photon torpedoes. Even
They
though
have
in
a
the pilot,
negative 120, I think was the total count.
yeah,
that
even though
someone
in the
came up
pilot, Janeway said we only have 37 and we can't make more.
No,
Obviously,
they
they
did
figured out
develop
how
that
to make
ability
more.
later.
Yeah. I mean, all it takes is, I'm sure that the machine can be replicated, but you still have to fill it with you still have to fill the gas
materials.
tank with antimatter. And that's going to have to come out of their antimatter supply. So that's their fuel.
Ow.
Yeah, let's not screw with the lithium reactor. Bad things happen when you mess with it.
Well, that's how the photon torpedoes are fueled. I mean, all of them, all the 37, they don't sit there with antimatter in there. They get fueled up before they get shot.
Okay, not to get too technical, but that's something that's always made me scratch my head. Are they solid state or are they like traditional chemical rockets? Are they,
They
ready
are,
to
the
go
machine-
or are they filled on launch? Because according to original Star Trek, they're ready to go. They just get fired.
Well, the machine, if I read the technical manual correctly, if I remember the technical manual correctly, I should say, the torpedoes they're completely assembled and ready to go, except that they don't have an antimatter charge in them. And the antimatter is deuterium gas. It's basically hydrogen gas that's been converted to antimatter. And have a
Night,
great one,
Gildan.
Gildan.
Thanks for joining
And,
us.
So when Picard says something like maximum yield, that's when they charge the torpedo with the amount of antimatter that they need for the particular job that it's going to do. So if he says maximum yield, they're filling that thing's fuel tank full so that it will give you the biggest explosion. But that also means it's got to trade something else off, like travel speed or range or something like that.
Or it could be like modern nukes where you use a dial system.
But yeah, they have those are antimatter explosives. Since antimatter has to be powered in order to be stored, the antimatter modules need power to keep the antimatter from touching the outside of the case. They have to be stored with the ship's antimatter. So that little bit of deuterium is siphoned off of the antimatter pods that run the warp drive, dropped into the torpedo. Then the torpedo is put in the bay and shot out with an electromagnetic
Thanks for the
launcher.
gifted sub, Hava.
It's a railgun.
And then it's a railgun basically. And then when they're launched,
Well,
Right
that's
here.
nice.
So this
It's
is
like
how I
giving-
get her
it's
to
like giving-
behave.
it's like when my kid was 3 and I was giving her my iPhone so she could watch Dora the Explorer.
That's basically the equipment. If you want to see her go absolutely batshit crazy, I'll go grab the laser pointer / flashlight.
Oh,
Or
God.
anything that
Ew.
looks like it.
Oh yeah,
You do?
cats love the laser pointers. They love that laser. You know what?
Yeah.
Surprisingly, so do kindergartners.
What the fuck is
Very
that?
nice.
Hey,
Dr.
I took a
Demento's
mirror.
a
I took a
punk?
mirror to school
Very
one day and
nice.
was flashing
Covered
the
in
light
punk.
around on the walls, and the kids were just chasing it like all afternoon.
And
I'm on the
Nicola.
pony bus.
I'm going to try that with my goddaughter and see how that
I'm
works.
on a pony. I'm on a bus.
Uh-oh. Discord has frozen. Oh, there it goes. We're back.
It's awesome.
Yeah. This ADD moment
was
brought to
listening
you
to
by Judd and his Dr. Demento purchase.
Okay, so do you guys want to see what she does with the laser pointer?
I've got to find that video of the cat and the
Oh,
what is it?
God damn it.
I forgot the cat wheel. Cat's so fat that they got him a cat wheel, and it literally they started spinning it to try to get the cat to walk on it. The cat did a 360. It refused to move at all. So you just see this giant cat wheel going around to where eventually it comes off. It's not one of those ones that's attached. It sits on the rollers. The cat actually throws off the balance enough to where it goes rolling off, and the camera cuts. And I'm just like, I hope the cat's okay, but at the same time, fuck, that's funny.
Right?
Laser pointer, every other cat is jumping on this fat cat, and it's just basically like, go away. It's like,
Oh,
I've got a few chonks like that. But most of the cats I actually liked were actually partially outdoor cats.
Oh,
They were absolute badasses.
Yeah, I can't let her go outside.
Tom, can I spend $100 on cards?
No.
Yes, yeah, go ahead, buy one right now.
No.
See something you like, huh?
Okay,
Next week we're gonna talk about Jim's playing card obsession.
They have a red and a blue.
It's not an obsession, it's
Yeah,
an
I know.
addiction
It's
at this
your
point.
breakfast.
Hey, they're only
Might get
$50
a call.
a pack. They're first edition David Blaine's.
I've already lost interest.
No, you guys missed my point.
You're
Now,
just-
on next week's
I totally have
podcast,
it in
we're
my
going to talk
pocket.
about Jim's playing card
I
obsession.
don't think she noticed. So let me see if
I
can
think
put
he's
that
trying to get
down.
even for me not really caring about his seasoning skills.
Put my headphones back on.
I generally don't use a cast iron because I actually know how to use a stove.
I put Crisco in a 350 oven. Yay.
That wasn't me talking
You know,
about
4 or
that.
5
That was
times. Well,
Bradley
Crisco's
was
what I
over
used
here.
before I got into the physics and chemistry. Then I switched over to cottonseed.
So Discord seems to be having
Brand has
issues.
returned.
Tell you guys that Discord was messing up on me and no one was listening. So I just decided
No, I
to
heard
fix it.
Discord. I heard Discord mess, and then
I said
nothing.
it like twice or 3 times.
No, the first time I heard you, I thought you had solved it, and then suddenly you're gone.
Okay.
It's like Discord is.
Also, this is a USB charging. Oh, no,
This
it's
is
still
what-
doing it. Okay, it
Uh-oh.
looks like my internet might be going down. I don't know.
Well, hopefully it's not because of storms.
I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream. Let's go ahead and do a raid just while I am still up and going. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our podcast. And hopefully I remain with having power.
That would be nice.
You know what? Gilded suffered through a lot of this, so let's go give him hell in chat. So thank you for joining me, and please stay tuned for a little while longer so we can raid Gilded. And thank you guys for joining me, and have a wonderful night.
May the great bird of the galaxy always watch over you.